Hello YouTube, I'm David with the David West channel. I thought I'd be doing a video this morning on Basswood cordage, but all of these saplings in here are actually paper mulberry. You can tell by the leaves. They can have just a regular leaf like that, or the mitten, or the double mitten. And that splotchy bark, which you can actually see better now that it's wet. But I've already walked down the trail and turned around, came back. So I took a piece of sapling with me while I was gone. And while I was walking, I went ahead and got started. So I'm gonna get another piece of this paper mulberry. And when we get back home, I'll show you how to reverse wrap it into some cordage. And then we'll try this for a bow drill bowstring. All right, we are back at the house. Let's see if we can get a shot of this reverse wrap cordage that I've already done and see if it'll stay in focus. So we'll unwind that right there and splice in some more. There's a big fat splice compared to the thinnest part of the cordage where I started. And there's a big fat splice. But paper mulberry is good for cordage. Not as good as basswood. That's just my opinion. And here's a little piece of sapling that I cut off and broke off. You can take this outside bark off if you want prettier cordage. Just take and scrape it off and use just the inner fiber. Let's go ahead and splice this in. All right. I'm gonna lay these two together, twist them together for the splice, and come over that one. Then I'm gonna take this piece and twist it in and just continue on. Twist to the right, lap it to the left. Twist to the right, lap it to the left. Twist to the right, lap it to the left. And you can, I've seen people on YouTube roll it on the pants leg and really get this done in a hurry. But I found my tightest and my strongest cordage is doing one reverse wrap at a time. I just used this paper mulberry cordage to make a bow drill ember with this water oak. You see the green right there? And I came back up and looked at the camera and it wasn't turned on. So now we're gonna see if this cordage is strong enough to do it all over again. It's looking a little thin right in there. Nothing to do but to give it a try. I have a playlist on the handheld bowstring technique. That'll be in the description. And you can go learn all about the technique that I'm using on this very short bowstring. Now I'll put 2 wraps on the spindle. And to keep the cordage from rubbing on itself, which you can imagine that would deteriorate the cordage very quickly if it was rubbing on itself, I'll bow at an extreme angle, which will keep those wraps separated. You have to do that on cordage, natural cordage, because it's not that strong. Let's see if we can do it again.
Tighten up. The cordage. Oh, hold on.
Hundred strokes. And once again, we have created another ember. The spindle is even more green. We're gonna let that coalesce. The tip wore a little bit better this time. And there's our fatwood barren block. Let's go ahead and look at the cordage. Look at how thin it got right there. And that paper mulberry held up. Look at how thin that is. Paper mulberry did a good job. I have a greater respect for it now. Let's see if we can get those damp leaves to go to flames. Sorry that my wrist has to be in the way, but doing the best that I can with the wind conditions and what I'm dealing with here. But I want to slowly drop them in there with as much air in between them as possible. And I'm going to turn the opening, the feed slot of this stove, towards the wind. Now the wind has changed itself and is blowing in the right direction. So definitely want to keep that one going. Have to make 2 embers just to get 1 on video. And it looks like it's going to start raining again too. So, water oak set that we harvested green like 8 days ago. This is the 3rd time we've used it, and all 3 times we was able to get an ember and get flames out of it and did a good job. The cordage is a little worse for the wear, but like I say, I have more respect for Paper Mulberry cordage now since it was able to endure all I just put it through. So if you want to see more about the handheld bowstring technique, that playlist will be in the description. Let me get up before I get rained on. I appreciate you joining me on this one. We'll catch you on the next one.